the second half here at the Nachisunga grounds here in Chetume, where the home side URA Football Club are reading nil, and the visiting side Arua Hill going through their last bit warm-up drills in the red, also still reading nil. It's been one of those first halves that you feel that was lacking a bit of the cutting edge on the two sides, but following the halftime break, you feel that with the second half about to resume, there's got to be a feeling that it is now or never for this URA side. Clearly, they are expected by their fans to take the lead, but above all, they are also expected to take charge in terms of dictating play here. You could say that they've done that, but not by much in as far as getting the goals is concerned. They seem to lack that cutting edge in the final third, but also seem to lack the conviction. Got some really very good opportunities to score, but they have struggled to put the ball in the back of the net, and it is a testament to a team that is struggling for confidence. But as we await leaving Gabon to kickstart us off here, you are still watching the live broadcast here on SANYUKA Prime here at Nachisunga. You are a football club in the yellow and Arua Hill in the red. John Vianney Simbe, I am your commentator this afternoon, and we are underway for the second half. And Salim Abdallah for URA on the far side. Then tries to play the ball off Richard Matovu, who clears his line, but not by far. And then, but saved by Gaddafi Kachanchu, plays it to Rashid Kawa, who really had an anticlimactic first half, didn't play well in the first half, really struggled in the first half for a player that has scored 2 league goals thus far in the league. Arua Hill have got a +7 goal difference. They've scored 9 and 2 goals only that they have conceded. Now that tells you of how solid they have been defensive. Blood, when you look at their performance in the first half this time round, you can say that they've just been saved by the lack of efficiency in the URA attack, as opposed to their defense being watertight and the kind that gives away little. They've really allowed URA to penetrate them through the central axis, but even outside on the flanks, and they've created chances. It's just that URA have been profligate largely in the first half. Otherwise, they should have had at least a goal or two. Here is Arua Hill with a shot there. Attempt there coming in from Gaddafi Wahab. That was well set up there by Sekamate, and you can see how he gives his teammates a thumbs up. And clearly, this is something that has probably been worked out at the training ground by the Arua Hill side. The cross coming in from Rashid Kawawa, and then the setup play coming in from Kayongo. Good number 9 play there, shouldering the ball there and setting it up for Gaddafi Wahab, who made that attempt, just that he was not on target. But warning signs already for URA here. They need to close out those gaps. They need to deny Arua Hill those second balls that are floated right outside their penalty area. 47 minutes played in the second half. Richard Matovu, left back of Arua Hill, already on a yellow card. The only man that has gone into the referee's book thus far. Alan Mugalu. Arua Hill seem to have come back a different side in this second half. You can see that they are in the ascendancy. They are taking the ball to URA. They are really showing clear intent of attacking. But just a final ball that Rashid Kawawa just could not get away from Najib Fesali. The long ball there coming in from Nafian Alionzi. Arua Hill, good pass over the top there coming in from Alan Mugalu, but Isaac Ogwang had strayed, and that's an offside. Good application there coming in from Arua Hill. Good idea, just that the pass was late. Or maybe you could say that Isaac Ogwang sped off so fast. He should have read the move and held his line a little bit more. Dala Salim can't control the ball. James Begisa plays it to Saidi Amis, rather Cheune. Saidi Cheyune. Saidi Ali Cheyune. Not the kind of attempt that we know of a player of his ilk. A player who scored some really wonderful goals at the Chan tournament for the Uganda Cranes in 2021. 2 goals. He was arguably Uganda's best player in what many consider was a below-par performance by the Cranes at the time. But since then, Saidi Cheyune has also not looked the same kind of player in terms of form. Richard Matovu. Arua Hill squares it to find Alan Mukalu. And Arua Hill seems to be dominating play now and dictating play. Mukalu gets into the penalty area and he leaves 2 for dead there. He's trying to square it, but then he plays it off Najib Faisali into touch, and it's a corner kick. Pressure mounting and pressure coming in from Arua Hill. They seem to be revitalized. They seem to be rejuvenated in the second half as they try to push URA Football Club back. I guess they got the sense that this is the kind of game that they can easily win. And they've probably also gone back and looked at the table standings and realized that they are way above URA Football Club and there should not be any contest between them, because they are really... And that attempted header there coming in from Rashid Toha, not good enough. But even the rebound from Kachanchu, Augustine Kachanchu, Gaddafi, what a combination of names he has here. Quite confusing, but the hairstyle is up to scratch. No question about that. One of those players that you feel that has got great potential, Augustine Gaddafi Kachanchu, but yet to really realize that potential. You feel that he's a good holding midfielder, but I don't know how much he loves the game. As we watch, Abdallah Salim plays it in for URA Football Club, but doesn't get to its intended destination. That was Vianney Sekajugo. The cross was just not good enough here. Richard Matovu plays it on the inside to find Gaddafi Wahab. Richard Matovu again finds Rashid Kawawa. Good play, plays it on the inside. And he finds Gaddafi Wahab, plays it through the central axis there, but then still just couldn't be controlled by his teammate there, Isaac Ogwang. Good play there between Vianney Sekajugo and Living Carbon on the 1-2. But the ball is well defended there by Arua Hill. In the earlier game, the other Arua side, Onduparaka, just don't seem to be able to get a win from anywhere. Scoring goals has been their problem, and which definitely means that getting wins will always be a problem for them. If you can't score, then definitely you can't win. That's one of the problems that they've had this season thus far, playing away from home. Their home matches, because of the suspension, the sentence that they are serving because of the hooliganism last season. And they've lost to Busoga. And you can imagine, Busoga United has traveled to Bombo and won that game 1-0. And Onduparaka remain glued to the bottom of the log. The thing is that they've only got 1 point. And they have already conceded 4 goals this season and yet to score a single goal. That's Onduparaka. But the cross coming in from Derek Ndahiro, but it's cleared away by the always steady Richard Matovu. That was an inviting cross for Salim Abdallah, and you feel that if he had positioned himself right, then that should have been the opening goal for URA Football Club. Yeah, good play there coming in from URA, good delivery from Derek Ndahiro. Yet to do this consistently this afternoon. He's been huffing and puffing in this game. The crosses have not been coming in incessantly as you would have expected him to be delivering them. And then the back heel there coming in from Living Carbon. But then he fouls as he tried to pick up a rebound. He fouled Gaddafi Wahab, and it's going to be a free kick to Arua Hill. 8 minutes played in the second half. The referee sharing a light moment here with Saidi Cheyune. I guess Saidi was asking him why he blew the whistle there, but the referee appears to have got his decision spot on, clearly. As Living Carbon tried to go for the rebound, he fouled Gaddafi Wahab, but then URA still have the ball here. Salim Abdallah, who has looked quite bright this afternoon, plays it to Ibrahim Dada with a good cutback play here. Finds Ibn Kabonda. This pass is just not as good to Begisa, and as a result, as Begisa tried to get to that ball, he could only cross it over and wide because it just wasn't as precise. He had the pressure of the defenders closing in with the tackles flying in at the same time, and he couldn't get a good touch on that ball, and it went into touch. But good interplay between Salim Abdallah, Living Kabon, Saidi Cheyune, but that final pass to Begisa was a bit wanting. Saidi Cheyune loses the possession to Rashid Mohammed, plays a long ball over the top. Can Kawawa Rashid get it, but Paul Moa gets the better of him and he clears his lines, keeps the ball in play. And Rashid Mohammed plays it back to his goalkeeper, Richard Nyama. And now he dribbles past Ibrahim Dada. And Mboa just clears the lines. Now, I just don't understand why couldn't Mboa just control that ball and start play? Why play with so much pressure on you? It's the kind of ball that he could have easily controlled and started playing. Makes a huge difference as opposed to just playing it back to your opponent. Richard Matovu, the throw-in, and then the referee, Paul Tuliamuheva, having a word with Sam Timbe. I wonder what that was all about. Alan Mugalu plays it back. And the cross by Richard Matovu is cleared by URA. Saidi Chene picks it up. But then it's still ping-pong, so much clearances. The ball just can't stay on the deck here. Alan Mugalu, will he keep it down? Yes, he does it. Then he tries that shot there, and the Drum goes over, but then the great save there coming in from Nafian Alionzi. It was a tricky ball coming in from Alan Mugalu there. It seemed to have taken a bit of a deflection, and as it was swinging away, it was seemingly headed for the top corner there. And not about to be presumptuous, Nafian Alionzi diving in, he just had to put it into touch, but that was a tricky ball. But good goalkeeping from Nafian Alionzi to save URA's blushes here. And the corner kick from Wahab Gaddafi. He's on offside and he will not attempt to get to that ball. And Alan Mugalu gets it instead. Plays it back. Gaddafi Wahab plays it over the top and it is out and wide. Not a good delivery again. Wasted opportunity by Arua Hills Football Club as Nafian Alionzi decides to go long again, something that he has done incessantly this afternoon. They don't seem to be interested in starting play from the back URA. I guess it has a lot to do with the confidence. Salim Abdallah, and then he's fouled by Matovu Richard, and it's going to be a free kick to URA Football Club. Now Richard Matovu has got to be careful. He's got to be careful the way he plays, otherwise for him he's clearly living on borrowed time. He's already got a yellow card, and any other infringement could cause him problems. An early shower, and here's an attempt here coming in from URA, but then well picked out by Richard Anyama, the Arua Hills goalkeeper. Already 12 minutes played in second half, and they lose possession, and that's Derek Ndairo in a very delicate position, and they find play here, but then there was no move made here by Wahab as the pass was played in by Isaac Ogwang. Poor game reading, you could say, by Wahab. He didn't continue making the run as he should have. He should have shown a bit of anticipation that once he played the ball on the inside, he should have made that run on the outside, anticipating a return pass from his teammate, but he did not. There was a bit of lazy play coming in from Gaddafi Wahab there. Alan Mugalu dribbles past Hood Muliki, but then it's well intercepted here by Najib Fesali. And again, Vianney Sekajugo trying to find Ibrahim Dada, but doesn't get to him. And he instead, as he tries to retrieve the ball, he fouls Rashid Toha. David just slays a Goliath here. And I guess I'll leave it to you to interpret who the Goliath and who the David is here. But this time the advantage seems to be going to the Goliath. Free kick, Arua Hills Football Club. And the scoreline remains 0-0 between the two sides, with already an hour drawing nigh in this game. Saidi Cheyune tries to pick the ball again, but then doesn't get to control it well, as also his teammate there, Vianney Sekajugo, tried to get a foot in. In the second half, Arua Hill have looked the better side. They seem to have come back better side in this second half. They're playing a lot better. They're attacking more than you are attacking. This game really looks to be there for the taking as it stands. Derek Ndahiro on the inside. Plays it out to Saidi Cheyune. Some touchline action going on there. Like it to be substitution there. And then James Mekisa for URA. He's about to deliver across a delightful one it is, but then it's overhit there. But he finds Living Carbon, who keeps it in play. Living Carbon, and then he sidesteps his marker here. That's Musamali, squares it to find Salim Abdallah, but then he skies it. That was a good opportunity for URA, and you can see how he's grimacing here. He feels that that is a very good opportunity that was set up by his teammate Living Carbon, and for the coach there, Sam Timbe, wondering what could have been, because this was a good opportunity. And Salim Abdallah saw off the last season and the season before, while at Villa, such moments he converted, he scored. But today it's not about to be the case. And as you watch the first substitution here for Arua Hill, like I was saying, that there was a bit of lazy play coming in from Gaddafi Wahab, and rightly so, he's been substituted, and Ivan Eyam, a midfielder, has been introduced. And the second substitution, Kamwesije Jacob, comes on, and Rashid Kawawa is removed. Rashid Kawawa, since he picked up that injury in the first half, has not been at his best. He's seemed to be walking gingerly at times, but also his movement has not been good enough. Then there seemed to be some bit of mayhem right there at the touchline, as Salim Abdallah and Richard Matovu contested the ball. It seemed to have been a push on Richard Matovu, and he went flying into the dugout. And Coach Livingston Mbabazi seems to be unhappy about that aggressive play coming in from Salim Abdallah, but Salim Abdallah doesn't seem to be the kind of player that would deliberately injure an opponent. I think it was just a fair challenge that just went bad. But you can see that Livingston Babazi and his bench wanted to milk it as much as possible to get Salim Abdallah booked. But then, instead, it is one of Livingston Babazi's assistants that has been booked here instead. So yellow card goes out to somebody on the bench who feels that the referee's decision was not right. So the referee is not about to suffer fools. He feels that he had everything in control, and for Arua Hill's technical bench to react the way they did, he had to send out the warning signs to them by dishing out that yellow card. Arua Hill lose the ball here. That is Paul Musamali again. Hasn't really featured so well this evening, playing on the for a left footer. For a left footer playing on the right side. Just don't understand why the coach here, Livingston Mbabazi, didn't make that adjustment, because clearly Musamali has struggled a lot on the right side. And yet there are players in that Arua Hill side that are right-footed that could have been more comfortable playing there, like Rashid Mohammed. And, that would have allowed Paul Musamali to drift in and play at centre-half, because he's played there before. James Pegisa, formerly with Proline, won the Uganda Cup with Proline in 2019. And then now his former side are playing in the league below the big league. Since relegated, they've fallen on hard times since they won the Uganda Cup in 2019. And then Saidi Cheine goes on sends out a flyer here, but then not on target. But you can bet on him when he gets that kind of opportunity that he'll try to go for the jugular here, but it was not on target. Once the ball got into his stride, he decided to go for goal, but then ball was just not on target. 64 minutes played here at the Nachisunga ground. URA nil, Arua Hill nil. Sekajugo, as he tried to control the ball, he used his hand and he will receive a yellow card from the referee here. And that is first yellow card to a URA player this evening here in the Startimes Uganda Premier League. Sekajugo has also not had the best of games today. Continues to struggle for form this season. It is considered the A players here, but then Sekamate picks it up for Arua Hill, and Alan Mugalu goes up there with that shot there, but well taken out by the goalkeeper, Nafian Alionzi. Hill seem to have increased their attempts on goal in the second half more than they were in the first half. And Ibrahim Dada will be hoping that in the second half he can get better service, because he's really been fed on crumbs for much of the first half, and even in the second half, the creativity coming in from URA's midfield is opening up spaces in that Arua Hill defense, and a foul there by Boa, inhibiting Ivan Yam's run. Ivan Yam, a former under-20 international, promised quite a lot also, playing in that under-20 side that had players like Shaban Muhammad, Bashira Siku, and of course Geoffrey Waswa. But he's yet to really, since emerging from that age group, he's yet to really live up to the kind of potential that he showed at that particular time, and that's why it's not a surprise that he starts on the bench even at Arua Hill. Even last season he was largely a bench player. He was at Imbarara, where he was before joining Arua Hill, that he seemed to be quite a mainstay. And Ibrahim Dada sends a shot there, but then it's well kept out by the man there, Richard Anyama. But then the rebound, an opportunity for URA. Saidi Cheune just couldn't connect. It seemed to have been flying in quicker than he could cope with the pace of the ball. But then they turn defense into attack is Arua Hill. Alan Mugalu contesting for possession, and then his son who was fouled, Saidi Cheune. A bit surprising there that the foul is adjudged against him. That was a good shot there, directed at Richard Anyama from Dada Ibrahim, and then the square coming in from Vianney Sekajugo, but the late running from Saidi Cheune was clearly very late. Otherwise, that was the gilt-edge opportunity for URA Football Club, and again they tried to fashion out another one. This time it's goes straight into the hands of Richard Anyama, but there is somebody on the turf here who is injured. Looks like Vianney Sekajugo, if I'm not mistaken, seems to have taken a knock here. He is holding his calf there. Vianney Sekajugo must have been an off-the-ball incident from which he got injured, and his former teammate Anodu Paraka Rashid are talking to him, telling him that he did nothing to him. The ball is dropped here by the referee, and we can resume here. Richard Enyama takes it long. And Jacob Kamwesije dribbled past by Abdallah Salim, but wasted dribble because it ends up in the feet of Arua here, and that's a good glancing header there coming in from Isaac Ogwang, and I can tell you that that was smart goalkeeping equally coming in from Nafian Alionzi, because that was a dangerous header coming in from Isaac Ogwang. Well delivered cross by Richard Matovu in a very, very good position to find Isaac Ogwang with that glancing header. But true to it and equal to it was Nafian Alionzi. No question why. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Just look at that delivery from Matovu, Richard, and then could have squeezed in at the near post. But give credit to this man, Nafian Alionzi. You are his best player by a mile last season, and also one of the league's best players. Continues to showcase why he's Crane's #1 goalkeeper for the Chan team. Good header, back header coming in from Ibrahim Dada to find Vianney Sekajugo. Plays it on the inside to find Derek Ndahiro. Not the best control, as he's squeezed out here by Isaac Ogwang, but he delivers a good cross here to find Salim Abdallah. But Salim Abdallah controls the ball. He has the beating of Richard Matov. Salim Abdallah also leaves Rashid Mohammed, but then well intercepted here by Gaddafi Kachanchu, and it's a foul by Living Carbon. Must be like his third or fourth foul that he's committed. Living Carbon should consider himself a fortunate man if he doesn't get himself into the referee's book anytime soon. And yes, he has. Like I had predicted, he's been involved in quite a number of niggles. And I can tell you that this is not by any means as bad as probably the previous ones, but I guess when the referee realizes that you've been involved in so many niggles, then he can only let you off the hook once so many times. 0-0, 20 minutes of play left in this game at Nachisunga. URA still looking for their first home win this season, and they're hoping that they can register it and move way off the bottom of the log as they are right now, just 4 points ahead of the bottom side. Richard Matovu tries to control it. Yes, he keeps it in, plays it on the inside to find Alan Mugalu, plays it on the far side, and he finds Jacob Kamwesije. Jacob gets a 1-2 from Alan Mugalu, and then it's intercepted into touch by Hudu Muliki. Corner kick for Arua Hill. This is the moment where you think that Rashid Toha will be going up front, because the fact that he's the club's top scorer, one of the things that he's so dangerous at is heading the ball. And Living Carbon is being substituted, and in comes Ronald Chigongo, shot 19 for URA Football Club. Guess it's going to be a direct switch. Ronald Chigongo will be playing on the right wing. It's been a while since Ronald Chigongo has started for URA. He has been a bench player for quite a long time now, but I'm sure that he'll try to seize this moment. Good chance, good cross there, but then doesn't meet the head of an Arua Hill player, and Ivan Ayam tries to control it, but he loses it. And then it's a counter-attack here for Ibrahim Dada of URA, but will he get to it? And Richard Enyama intercepts it. Richard Enyama, good goalkeeping, sweeper goalkeeper, you could call him. Then there is a foul there by Kachanchu on Dada, who you feel had a good opportunity there to beat the goalkeeper. And together they play for the West Nile team. They play for the West Nile team in the Fufa Drum. Good goalkeeping there from Richard Enyama, reading the game and intercepting the ball there right in the nick of time. 17 minutes, and Saidi Chaine with that attempt, but just didn't even clear the first line of defense here, which is the wall. Kachanchu. Anyam or Eyam. Kachanchu again. Ivan Eyam plays it to Richard Matovu. Finds Sekamati Samuel, and then it's stolen away by Salim Abdallah, and then James Begisa also just sits possession and gives it back to Arua Hill. Ivan Eyam, and he's pushed off the ball by Saidi Cheine as he was gliding past them in this midfield. Free kick to Arua Hill with just 17 minutes left on the clock. Are we about to have some drama in this game? It was around about this time that in the clash yesterday between Vipers, who were visiting Black Spar and Lira, got their goal from the penalty spot. It was after relentless attacking from Black Spar that had them miss a flurry of chances that could have got them at least a point in that game. But then again, lost possession there by Paul Musamali, who gets a rolling kick from his captain, Rashid Toha. He doesn't seem to take any blame here. That is Paul Musamali. Vianney Sekajugo in a combination here with Derek Ndario, but they lose the ball and it's going to be a throw into Arua Hill. I have a feeling that for Arua Hill, they probably will feel content if they can get a point here. A point on the road probably not be the worst of results for Arua Hill. Incidentally, even the reverse fixture that was played last season between the two sides in Indeji, one that was hosted by URA, it ended goalless. Now, are we about to see a repeat of that? On the balance of play, it wouldn't surprise me. You can only hope that in the remaining minutes we can have some more action and probably a goal being scored by one of these sides. Quarter of an hour left to play. Still enough time to decide this game. And yes, it's an opportunity for Arua Hill, but then it's cleared away by Hudu Muliki, who drops in from his holding midfield row to come and save his defense as Jacob Kamwesije of Arua Hill made that run into that penalty area. But then the goalkeeper Nafian Alionze seemed to have got off worse in the collision there with his defender as he tried to come out to stop the attack there that was coming in now from Jacob Kamwesije. Livingston Mbabazi seems to be in some bit of ponderous mood here. He seemed to be resigned to the result as it stands, because ordinarily you'd have expected him to be up in arms, shouting out instructions, and I can see how he's grimacing here. Nafian Alionzi, he has had problems with his knees of late. Last season, for a large part of it, he was out injured, and the season before, and it was the knee problem that he had. We only hope that he doesn't have the same problem again, and I'm sure for his deputy there, Hannington Sewalunyo, he will be warming up just in case he cannot continue. But he clearly seems to be in some pain there, Nafian Alionzi. As the clock continues to tick away, 13 minutes left to play. Are we about to witness some drama at the tail end of this game? Rashid Toha doesn't allow Ibrahim Dada any chance to get onto that ball. Square pass coming in from Sekamate. Pass coming in from Alan Mugalu, but it is delayed, and the channel in which he wanted to place the ball is blocked. And right here is Ronald Chigongo. Plays it to Saidi Cheune. Tries to square it into the inside, but Ivan Eyam blocks it. Good interception, and onto the attack now is Arua Hill, but again they lose the ball. James Begisa crosses the ball in, but it is cleared away by Paul Samali. Anywhere we do at this juncture, Derek Ndahiro, as URA continue to come and pile on the pressure. The cross there, deft one, but then it's cleared away by Rashid Toha. Saves the day, not about to take any chances there. Corner kick to URA Football Club with just 12 minutes left on the clock. Pressure is mounting a bit on Arua Hill. Saidi Cheine to deliver this corner kick. And he does. Well, certainly is headed into the back of the net by Ronald Chigongo. And even the leaping goalkeeper wants to join in the celebration. What a substitution this will turn out to be by coach Sam Timbe. It is inspired, no doubt about it. And for the URA fans, they will celebrate and they will be joy and confined for them. What a moment it will be for them if they can hold out for Ronald Chigongo. He's not scored in almost a year now. Finds the back of the net from the corner kick. And URA have the lead here with just 11 minutes left on the clock for Arua Hill. This has been poor defending and poor marking. They'll be kicking themselves in the foot. Good goal. Richard Anyama can't believe what just unfolded and how let down he feels his team and his defenders have at this particular juncture. 1-0 URA, and you got a sense that something was beckoning at the time because URA kept attacking. They kept getting chances and they kept fluffing their lines. But finally the substitute, Ronald Chigongo, is about to be the hero that was clearly unexpected. 1-0 URA, can they hold out with just the 10 minutes left on the clock? Sure that they'll do everything in their power to try and see that they can see this one out and register their first win. Ronald Chigongo, look at the delivery from Saidi Cheine. It is one of those goals that looking back in history, one can call a ball again, goals made in Luzira. The two started out their Premier League careers at Maroons Football Club. And what a storyline it is that they combine to give URA the lead here this evening in Nachisunga. 1-0 URA. Arua Hill would now definitely be desperate to try and get a goal. For URA, who you could clearly say that they've been a struggling side with just the one win in 6 games. This is the kind of break that they need. This is the kind of result that they need. But can they hold out? We saw in their last home game against Bright Stars, they led 2-0 and they conceded right at the death. Paul Musamali with the throw-in into the box. Ivan Ayam couldn't control it, and neither could Mugalu Alan, or rather Isaac Ogwang. It's a free kick here to Arua Hill. There's some touchline action going on as Arua Hill plan to make a few switches here. And Stephen Kabuye rather, he'll be coming on and he'll be replacing Isaac Ogwang. Stephen Kabuye squad on his debut for Arua Hill. That was last season in the game against Police FC. Came off the bench. The squad on his debut then. Can he be the lifesaver of Arua Hill this particular time? Isaac Ogwang had the best of games. Don't remember any attempt from him in this half. Ronald Chigongo, current hero for URA, and he plays the ball off an Arua Hill player, but it doesn't go into touch. Vianney Sekajuko still keeps it in play, but can Ronald Chigongo get to it? No. I think Paul Musamali will be ahead of him, but Ronald Chigongo pushes him. He's in the nudge a bit, and it's a foul instead. It seems a bit to put on a little bit of weight here. You can see doesn't look to be as lean as he used to be. Ronald Chigongo. It's probably the reason why he's not been starting games. He's a stone heavy. Just 8 minutes on the clock. Arua Hill will be desperate because they're staring down the barrel of the gun as their first loss of the season is just 8 minutes away if they don't do something about it. Ibrahim Dada, URA, crosses the ball in, but then it's cleared away by Musamali. Quite a cheeky back heel, he was. With the ball now, Ivan Young still can't get it. Stephen Kabuye also loses, and then it comes out, finds Salim Abdallah. Then he tries again. Second shot attempt like he did earlier in the second half, and then again it is sky high. Not the kind that will test the goalkeeper. Salim Abdallah. He's famous for scoring long-range goals. He did that a few times for AC Villa in these 2 seasons there. He's yet to do that for URA. Chigongo Ronald. the ascendancy, but then he loses the ball again. Doesn't seem to have a clue on where to play the ball, and then as Arua Hill clear their lines, they play it into touch to give URA some reprieve as assess where to throw the ball, and James Mikisa will take his time to bet. James Mikisa throws the ball in to find Ronald Chigongo, the hero for URA with the goal in the 79th minute. Stephen Kawiye, Alan Mugalu, one of the better players for Arua Hill thus far. The ball is cleared away by Hudu Moliki. He knows what these last few minutes of the game mean. Been quite a number of changes at this URA side. Almost every game that they played this season, changes have been made in their lineup. And there seem to be a bit of struggles on the way they've been playing, but if they can hold on and win this game, I feel that this is the kind of result that can boost their confidence as they prepare to take on KCCA and Vipers in the next few days. They need to build their confidence because they've really been struggling. Just scored now their 9th goal and conceded 6, so they have a +3 now. It has been +2. And you've got to credit them for keeping Sekamate, keeping Isaac Ogwang at bay for much of this game. That URA defense of Patrick Paul Mboa and Najib Faisal. That's a delivery, the replay, and then just look at the header. One of the shortest players in that defense, and that is the reason why you can see Rashid Toha just so animated and condemning his teammates that how could they not mark Ronald Chigongo. But clearly the ball was dipping in. It was not a high ball. It's not the kind of ball that you feel that Ronald Chigongo had to jump so high to take away, but the ball was just dipping, and you felt that that was an easy one for the Arua Hill defense to handle. 4 minutes left to play here in Nachisunga. URA on course for their first victory of the season at home. Their first victory was actually away against Busoga United, and a good delivery. They are coming in again from Saidi Chaine, and on the end of it was Ronald Chigongo again trying to get a brace, but he didn't get a good touch on it. But that was a very well-weighted pass, very well-weighted cross, and that was an inviting one that should have been guided into the back of the net by Ronald Chigongo, but clearly he didn't have the conviction there. Otherwise, it could have easily been 2-0 URA and curtains for Arua Hill. But provided it remains 1-0, then Arua Hill can continue believing that they can nick a point from this game. As we await this free kick, Mohamed Rashid into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper, can he handle it? But then it's cleared away by Derek Ndahiro of URA. Ibrahim Dada, back flick header there to Ronald Chigongo. Good hold up play by Ibrahim Dada to Chigongo, but Chigongo can't get to it. And Arua Hill clear the lines, and Richard Matov gets to it and plays it to Kabuye, but Kabuye is fouled here. Rather, Jacob Kamweseje is fouled by Mboa, and Mboa gets into the book of the referee. Yellow card for Mboa. I guess it's one that he can take at this particular juncture, as the clock continues to tick away with just the 2 minutes left on the clock. Kamweseje, you feel that if he had beaten Paul Mboa there, then it would have been trouble for URA. But then the goalkeeper is on the ground again. Nafian Alionzi still injured, and maybe it could be the right time for him to be withdrawn. And Hannington Sebalunyo comes in for him, because clearly Nafian Alionzi doesn't seem to be in a good state physically, and that knee again is the problem, that right knee. With 2 minutes left on the clock, URA leading Arua Hill 1-0. Arua Hill about to be subjected to their first loss of the season. They've been flying high with the 3 wins that they've had and the 1 draw. Is that run about to be checked by URA, the tax collectors? Well, that is the header. Punching header, delightful header. Just look at that. The ball comes and it's dipping in, and it was actually Rashid Doha who was supposed to be marking Ronald Chigongo. So the joke is on him. If URA can win this game and get to the 9 points, then they can move right up the table to position number 7. They'll be below Arua Hill, who are 6th on the log. URA right now locked at number 10, while Arua Hill at number 6 playing their 5th game. And a substitution being made here by Coach Sam Timbe, and Salim Abdallah being substituted, and Hassan Kalega in midfield. And the message is clear that he's trying to, what Sam Timbe is bringing in is a holding midfielder and somebody who can provide some bit of defensive steel, because they need that at this particular time. The former Vipers midfielder on to try and show up that defense, and then an opportunity here for Arua Hill, but that will be easy for goalkeeper Nafian Alionzi. Arua Hill on the 10 points in 6th place, now with a goal difference of 6 after conceding that goal. Can they pull a rabbit out of the hat in the last minutes, as we are waiting to see the minutes added on? Rashid Toa hits the ball away, but then almost goes into touch, but then doesn't. Paul Musamali dribbling with his left, playing as a right back. Quite a unique proposition that is. And then he plays the ball, and 3 minutes have been added on. And Arua Hill on the attack here. And then Ivan Ayam trying to get into the penalty area, squares it to find a good shot there coming in from Stephen Kabuye. But then it just goes past the far post. Just needed to get his bearings better there, Stephen Kabuye, because that was a good position to direct that ball. Because if you consider that the goalkeeper Nafian Alionzi is also walking gingerly, he's not in the best physical shape to actually dive for balls, looking at how he's been moving. So maybe that is something that Arua Hill side ought to exploit. And that is an open boot there. But the referee lets play continue. Rashid Mohammed, Richard Anyama. Rashid Mohammed plays it on the inside, find Kachanchu. Kachanchu slicing up his options, and then he finds Richard Matovu. Then the ball into Kamwesi Jepumamesi, getting into the penalty area. Squares it to find the shot there by the striker there, Sekamate, but just ricochets off a URA defender's body here. As Arua Hill tried to open up URA, Kachanchu keeps the ball flowing. And then they find Kamwesi, and then he slows, and then the ball is taken away by James Megisa. And another injury by a URA player who goes down, seeking some medical attention here with just the 1 minute left. 1 minute and 10 seconds, 9 seconds left. URA continue to hang on. 1-0 they lead, courtesy of a Ronald Chigongo 79th minute strike, a header from a corner kick delivered by Saidi Chaine. Udu Muleki grimacing in pain here. But I can bet that this game means a lot more than the pain he feels, and he will not be one to shirk the responsibility of staying on. And that is a foul. That is a push by Saidi Chaine on Rashid Tohan. So it's going to be a free kick to Arua Hill. I'm sure that they will feel that this is their last opportunity. If they cannot get a result from this free kick, if they cannot put the ball in the back of the net, then URA can begin their celebrations. 9 seconds left on the clock. What kind of delivery can Richard Matovu master here for his teammates? Because it is now or never for Arua Hill. Are they about to register their first loss after 4 games? This is their game number 5. And he exits to the goalkeeper. Good goalkeeping there by Nafian Alionzi. And you can bet he's going to take some time as he enjoys his nap there as the clock ticks away. And now the 300 minutes are over. And we are about to hear the final whistle. And yes, it is the final whistle from the referee, Paul Turiamhebwa. And that's the man in your picture who is a hero for URA as they register their first win of the season at home. And URA, this is what it means to them. You can see the goalkeepers exchanging pleasantries here. That is Hannington Sebwalunyo and his mate, Nafian Alionzi. The man was least expected to be the winning character, the man to decide the game, Ronald Chigonga, the man who has rarely started games, has turned out to be the hero. And this man, the captain of Arua Hill, can only blame himself for the way he defended at that point of the set piece. He's the one who let loose of Chigongo to head in on the far post. And Saidi Chaini, what a delivery it was. And Kayongo Sekamate, what a half-hearted performance he's put out there. And as it turns out, it was one of those journeys where Arua Hill did not really put up their A game as they've had. And at full time, it is URA 1, Arua Hill Sports Club 0. Live here on SANYUKA Prime.